For much of the 20th century, family-owned gas stations were a cornerstone of American communities. These small, local businesses were more than just places to fill up a tank. They were gathering spots where neighbors exchanged news, mechanics shared their wisdom, and families passed down the reins from one generation to the next. Each station had its own unique charm, with friendly attendants who knew customers by name and offered personalized service. However, as time passed, the landscape began to shift. The rise of major oil companies brought a wave of standardized corporate-owned stations that prioritized efficiency and scale over personal connection. This change wasn't just about economics. It marked an end of an era. The decline of family-owned gas stations meant the loss of countless small businesses and communities they helped knit together. Today, only a handful of family-owned gas stations remain, focused on personal service and quality products. This is the story of one of the last remaining stations in Central Oregon, and the family that keeps running it simply because they love their community. So, Cassie, thanks for having me here at the gas station. Danny, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I guess I just want to hear a little bit more about kind of the story of the gas station and like everything that you guys have going on here, because you're you're the last family-owned and operated gas station here in Redmond. So how did that all happen?
Yeah, so we moved over here in 1989, and my grandfather came with a little bit of money and knew that he wanted to invest into a business, and gas was what he could think of that somebody would always need. And so we bought actually the corner store that is now Sinclair. We bought in 1989 when we moved over here. And it's kind of a cool story because that Sinclair has a sliding glass door at the gas pumps. I don't know if you've driven by and seen that.
Definitely.
And that was built for me when I was little, because I would run out there while cars were coming through, and that was a place for me to hang out while my dad would pump gas.
Oh, very fun.
So it's kind of nostalgic, but it's always just been me, my dad, my grandma, and grandpa. And so from 1989 to 2000, when they owned that place, we were slammed. It was one of the busiest stations because that was before.
Yeah, before they did the bypass and everything, and 97 went right through downtown.
And so we had all the traffic because that was our main road. And so it was just too much on my family because, again, it was just us. We've always kept it very intimate. And we needed something slower paced. And so we sold that place and bought this gas station. And that was in 2000, so we've had this since 2000. I've worked at it since I was little. My grandma told me that I could run the cash register when I was tall enough, so from 12 years and older, I was able to work here with them. And again, you know, we've always had maybe one or two employees. The employees we did have were really loyal, so they would become family. And yeah, my grandfather wanted it to be a Texaco. He believed in the star. He believed that it was a certain type of service that we could give to our customers. And you know, he's always ran his business where we've washed front and back windows, we check air, we check oil, we help people when they need it. We're full service. I mean, there's times where we have people come in that can't walk. They will stand at the front door. We'll get them wine and beer, and they just know us to do that. We do also have charge accounts, which is not anything, I don't know that anybody else does right now. Maybe a few other, I don't know, but we do charge accounts. So we used to have over 40 local charge accounts, businesses that would come in and charge fuel. And now we're down to probably like 6 to 8, but it's still pretty cool. We have businesses that come in, that send their employees down, they charge all month and they pay. We're really old school. We do everything by paper and pencil. Maybe that's not to our advantage, but
we're catching up with the time. Yeah,
but people know us to be that old school, you know, local mom and pop store. That's just what they know us as. We still handwrite our checks for our beer vendors and our gas distributors. Everything is done by paper and pencil. So,
yeah, so I mean, like, you grew up in this business. When did you end up taking over, and like, how did that all happen? Because you said your grandfather initially bought, and then he ended up selling and buying this one, and so how did that all transition over the last 24 years? Yeah,
so 13 years ago, the day my daughter was born was the day we lost my grandma, which was a huge part of this store. The D&H in this Texaco stands for Doris and Harold, which is my grandma and grandpa. So 13 years ago, 12 years ago. Almost. Yeah, 11 years ago, we lost my grandma. And so then it just became my dad and my grandpa's business, and it was always the three of us. And we, you know, for the last 11 years, that's what it's been. It's just been the three of us. Well, in November of 22, my dad got really sick. He was diagnosed with stage 5 terminal kidney failure. And so at that time, we had to kind of reevaluate what life was going to look like. He had to take a step back. I kind of had to take a step forward. And then it was just, you know, primarily my grandpa and I, while my dad was doing what he could do with being sick, because he's doing dialysis 4 days a week. And then, unfortunately, my grandfather got sick in December of this last year. Unexpectedly. I mean, he's 78 years old. Came down here every day, 5 to 6 days a week. Would still work the gas station, still messed up on the computer screen all the time because he hated the new technology that we got. And so he got sick in December, and it was a pretty rapid decline. We lost him pretty quick. So we lived here in town 15 years. We had a house over in Redmond, and we decided as a family that we had to give up everything to move and take care of him. And so that's what we did. We left our home of 15 years and went and moved moved home with my family to Powell Butte, which is where we live currently. We moved there in December, and we were able to take care of him until he passed away in March 15th of this year, I believe. Danny walked away, you know, from everything we had here. He gave everything up to basically become my grandfather's full-time caretaker because I work in title and escrow. So that was kind of our partnership. He would take care of him during the day, and I would take care of him in the evening, and we just tag teamed it, and we were able to give him a good life because that's what he wanted at the end, is to be home with us. So when we lost him, with my dad being as sick as he is, we had to make a decision. We had a lot of people approach us. We've had a lot of people reach out, you know, with options of what we were going to do with this business. Many offers to buy it, offers to change distributors. We've had options of just doing what we're doing. We had a lot, and the last couple of weeks has been really rough on deciding what we wanted to do with this future here. But we, you know, my grandfather left us a legacy, you know, that we really didn't have to do much with, and so times are tough right now. We're trying to get creative. We're trying to hold on to the customers we have, but the reality of it is, with inflation, gas prices are tough on people right now.
100%.
And we run a branded company that is more expensive in fuel. The thing is that it's a better quality of fuel, but we're in today's day and age, and people don't care about the quality of fuel. They care about saving a dime, and I get it.
For sure.
And so my grandfather's always ran the Star because it's always been a better quality of fuel. But we pay more for a price for fuel than some of these non-branded places, you know, are selling it for, right? We're paying more than they're selling it for. So we're having a hard time with the competition because people have to save money right now. We get it. We understand it. So after we have had many conversations, we've had many conversations with my father, we've decided that if we're going to move forward, it's going to be a full-time thing for Danny and I. And so we have decided to, you know, that we didn't think it was a smart decision to let it go, so we're going to fight for it.
Definitely. No, that's awesome. I mean, you guys are a huge part of the community. You obviously see like all the 4-H sponsorships on the wall and everything. He was saying that your little girl was in 4-H this year, and she did fairly well.
We did, we did good. Unfortunately, she didn't make it to fair this year. We were 18 pounds overweight, so she did do a private buy. But it was pretty cool because it was our first time representing the gas station together, because, you know, we've kind of felt like the last probably, well, I mean, really 2 years since my dad got sick, this place has kind of it has, it's deteriorated. Without my grandpa and my dad.
We're losing grandpa's customer base because they're all getting older.
Right.
So they're declining. Rodney's not here, so his customer base is declining. So now it's up to us to get our generation in here.
Yeah, we have a lot of loyalty. We had a lot of loyalty in this town. Obviously, it's gotten a lot bigger, but I mean, people would come here just because they knew it was us.
For sure.
Local. They wanted to support local. But now, you know, we have family friends. We have family that are like, you know, listen, I mean, we love you guys, but we can, you know, money's money, and things are tight right now. It's tough, and so, anyways, we're trying to figure out ways. Again, you know, we're doing breakfast sandwiches, and we're trying to come up with good ideas to bring to the table. But yes, we were at fair, and it was so cool because we actually got to support animals. My grandfather did it for years, 15 years at least. He would buy animals every year. Well, we haven't the last couple of years because money and just everything, the whole thing. And we supported this year. We bought a sheep and a goat, or A sheep and a pig.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool that we're going to be able to restart that wall again because it's been dusty. So, but it was cool because they knew us. They knew D&H Texaco. They remembered us because my grandpa was so supportive in the community before. I mean, people would come in here. They knew that he would donate or be there for people. So I think we're bringing that back.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it's another way to get our name back out there too.
For sure. Yeah. No, you guys have been a huge part of the community for a long time, and it's great to see that you guys are working to keep some mom and pop here still in Redmond in a day and age where the gas station has turned more into a convenience versus more of a community.
Totally. Or a franchise.
Right.
You know, where it's, you know, and I get it, the franchises are putting us out, but the new gas station down by Home Depot and the new gas station up by the airport, those are big competitors. Those take business from us. The new Costco that's coming in, I think about it every day. It's a lot. It's going to pull business from us. Fred Meyer's, but we offer a service that they don't. You know, we offer, and it's our kids. And I have my 17-year-old work down here sometime, and people love that. Yeah, my little guy's down here. People know my kids by name. We had a gal come in the other day saying, "Where's that young boy?" And I said, "My son." And she said, "Yeah, he pumped my gas." And so
comes back to see him.
We know people by name. We know their family.
Yeah.
You know, when someone comes in, we greet them by name. We know, typically we know their kids, or we are friends of their families, so it's just really cool to be a part of the community and have people know us like that. And we just don't want to let that go. We don't want to give that up.
For sure. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me have the time to kind of tell your story, and I look forward to seeing you guys around more.
Yeah, us too. Thank you so much.
Of course.